Fantasy Bowling Monday. Fantasy Outer Hebrides Monday. Hey everybody. It's another week, another Monday. We've survived this far, and that means it's time to go make some stupid decisions and see if we can keep Geralt alive through them. It's another installment of our weekly tradition, Fantasy Bowling Monday, where I play old games that I missed whilst I was being a part of the capitalist machine. Well, that's over, so now we have the time to do fun things again, and we're playing The Witcher 3. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. Tom, my navigator and sense of conscience, is unfortunately out with a sore back, so what you get today is pure solitude-filled maddened rambling, just like you always wanted. Let's figure out if we can... How do we get to this place? Look at that. That sneaky thing. How do we get to that sneaky guy? Can't imagine that we get through it by going through the wrong side of Krakenkrot. I don't know if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that. Let's go around this back way. But I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Mondays, man. It's weird how we've managed to convince ourselves that that Monday is some sort of an inferior day, and the entire reason that we do that is because we hate our jobs. I think Mondays are brimming with potential. I think that Mondays have gotten a bad rap. Locked. Okay, I may need to do more on this quest line before they'll allow me to get through that door and go down there. No, that's the same locked door, right? Okay. Chest? Oh. Maybe we go up. Do we have to get up to get down? Gentlemen? How's it going, my Ancrate homies?
Hey, gonna kill the Kickers.
There we go. There's some doors we haven't gone through yet. Whoops! Oh, wow. That was a mistake. I do not want to hack off the Klein and Crate guys, so this is pretty, this is probably going to be a pretty good indication of how this stream's going to go today. That's alright. I think I got like 2 or 3 people watching. I'm mostly just doing this for myself anyway, so it's not like I'm getting paid for it. It's not like money matters. It's not like money is an actual real thing that we need to concern ourselves with. There was a fantastic video if you're into this sort of thing, and I'm assuming that since you're watching my channel, you probably are. There's a fantastic video released by a guy named Dan Olson who he explains the foundational like philosophical notions behind the cryptocurrency and NFT phenomenon. And I mean, look, it's long story short, it's just made up. Like, it's not real. It's just a scam. It's a grift. It's a grift that attacks you with a lot of information, so it sounds like people are being very smart about the way that things work. But it's all just made up. And that's it's a dangerous kind of notion to give to people. Because if they start realizing that about the cryptocurrency economy, oof, it's not much of a logical leap before they realize that that's the case with just the economy. You know? The only reason that most people can't afford a house is because collectively we decided that houses need to be so expensive. We could just give people houses. Like, we don't actually require a monetary thing to do that. Glad to see that the bots are here. Va.fyi. FYI. I don't think you're an actual person. But thanks for that, Harding Willis. Real name McHuman. Alright, guys. Guy's got whale meat for sale. Matas, who refused to go to sea for his last sorrel. Alright, the Council of Elders letting us know about Mattis. Boat builder seeks apprentice. Peter is a grifter. He sold goose fat instead of bear grease. That's terrible. And contract, the Phantom of Edelberg. Yeah. A whole bunch of stuff there. The Corpus of Crab. There we go. Contract monster on the high road. We're gonna do that. Nope. Oh, it's a scavenger hunt for the bear gear. Yeah! Yeah! Bear hunt. Guess what, guys? We have a motivation now. We're gonna go get some bear gear. Ironically, this kick about modern monetary theory and economic revolution has been, you know, I wouldn't say more predominantly on my mind, but I have been getting more vocal about it these days. Ironically, this is usually the kind of thing that I would like demand that Tom have a conversation with me about. Because he is an economist, and as much as I denigrate such things and generally think of the study of economics as functionally the same as the study of wizardry or astrology, made up, and often quite harmful. I do have a background in theology, literature, and theater, so, like, you know, I get it. We have to ascribe importance to things, and one vehicle of doing that is pretty much just as good as any other. We just need to actually shift what we prioritize and what we think people should pay attention to. And that's the way you change a mind. Ordinarily, this would be a Tom haranguing kind of conversation. So, in case anybody asks, or you talk to him before I get a chance to talk to him, he was sorely and deeply missed, and not just because I deeply crave the opportunities to make fun of his short pants. There's a lot of wolves are in this part of the wood. Ah, wolves. Ah. It is me. I am the wolf. I'm Wolfman. All right. Ordinarily, I would feel bad about killing so many poor defenseless animals in a digital, even in a digital world, but man, I got wrecked by that Leshen that one time, and he had a bunch of wolves with him, so I am, shall we say, on guard. Well, let's see. It was recently intimated to me by a friend of mine that a lot of my ideals could be seen as ephemeral or solipsistic, and while I see the point and I understand why they might come off and be presented that way, I disagree. I think it's the opposite of solipsism. I think solipsism is ooh. Hey, dang, Andraga! Alright, I gotta actually pay attention here. Oof. Insectoid oil, on you go. Time to Dark Souls. I got that poison that's killing me. I do not like those 3 drones. That is no good. Right, come on. Come on! You can do it, Jerry. Ah, that bleed, though. Oh, no, no, no. Come on. Kill him. Great, great, great. Get some distance, get some distance. Another snort of the swallow. But no, I think that it is solipsistic to say the system is broken, but it's the system that we have and we can't change it because it would be too inconvenient or it would hurt too many people. I think if we have, as we have observed, we have an economic structure that does not serve everyone equally, then it deserves to be torn down, and it does not need to be protected, it does not need to be defended. Either financially, legally, or emotionally. We need to stop going, well, but we need the stock markets because otherwise everyone will lose their money. We need to kill the idea of money. And that's not solipsistic, that is abominably hopeful. There. How many more Andraga we got? Disgusting bugs. Alright. Piles o' loot. Got some monster saliva, lots of lesser blue mutagens. Another Andraga! You need to go! Why are there so many giant bugs? Good God. Where's their loot? Yes. Yes, I want to loot that, whatever it is. Give to me. Alright. It may be a short stream tonight because I'm not sure how long one disaffected leftist can rant about economic policy while playing The Witcher, you know, without getting spurred on by a peanut gallery. Come on. Well, in order to keep from being too depressing, in light of, let's go ahead and meditate. I burned through a couple of potions there. There we go. Just until 4 p.m. A nice siesta. But things that I could recommend. There's a lot of good media out there these days, folks. Like lots of good stuff to watch and appreciate. And you should take the time to watch and appreciate it. Life is too short otherwise. Alright, let's go find this bear gear. Just the last time somebody said let's go find some bear gear was an entirely different game. Why is this such a flatulent cave?
What? Eat you.
Oh no.
Rush of necrosis. Much onion.
Hey guys. Hey, we don't have to. No man, we don't have to fight. Okay, well I guess we have to fight. I was just coming to say hi, y'all. Let's see. Ogroid oil. Ogroid oil. And food and drink. I want something with around 80 vitality per second. Just want to slap that right there. Ow! And let's go ahead and get Taxi up. Oh, I wonder. Why aren't you... There we go. It's just sometimes you just gotta have a big farting troll fight in this game, apparently. Joe, Jesse, and I'm sure there's a reference that I'm missing here. God. Well, it's very clearly a Blazing Saddles reference, right? Right, I'm not just... Alright, there goes Joe and Dodger. I got a cave troll liver and a troll hide. Excellent, because I think I need a bunch of cave troll livers. Oh, dips, y'all. I think we just... Duh, it's Ursine boots. Ah! Awesome. Alright. So, first things first, we want to make sure that this is looted. We're going to take a quick break. Do a bunch of alchemy stuff. Alright, did we get everything in this area for now? Great. Alchemy time! The moment that you've all been waiting for. Watching me make stuff in an alchemy subgame. Let's see. Mutagen. We can make Alkalust. We can make a fork tail decoction. Let's go on ahead and make a fork tail decoction. Shapow. We can do enhanced ogroid oil. Yes, we can. We can do superior cursed oil. Yes, we can. We can do superior ogroid oil. Yes, we can. We have done all of our oils. I'm pretty sure that we have just maxed out our entire oil supply. Yeah, baby. Alright, we got a greater blue mutagen. We got a bunch of decoctions left to do that we get when we kill but those just require like mutagens and like killing wraiths, right? Like we've got Dwarven Spirit, we need our mutagens, but we have Essence of Wraith, and that's fine. Doppler decoction, we got a Doppler mutagen, so until we kill another Doppler, that won't be a thing. Same thing with the Arcus mutagen, and the Algol just needs lesser red mutagen, so we just build towards that. Oh, success, 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 y'all. We have done some stuff. Ta-da. Alright, let's investigate this cave a little bit more. Let's Right, okay. Nope. Inventory. Magic lamp. I would like to equip a torch there, please. My torches. There. Yes. There we go. Now we are cooking with gas. Alright. Do a quick double check of this cave so that we don't miss stuff like this. Y'all, sometimes our own genius is just staggering. We have to sit back and be impressed with ourselves. And by we, I mean you. Please be impressed with me, is what I'm really getting at. Please tell me I'm worthwhile, Father. I'm kidding. My dad's a great guy. I've always felt validated. Alright. That was a good cave. I mean, we fought 3 farting trolls, and even if the boots that we got are garbage, I will take that garbage. Alright, let's see, treasure hunts. Boom. Let's find the gauntlets diagram. I don't know what bonuses bear stuff does. I think so far all I've really done is some of the cat stuff because it has an attack power bonus. But like it's not like I can actually, you know, equip it or anything. It has to be like master level, you know, master crafted, a whole bunch of resources. So it's I always get very careful and like in my own head when I play these kinds of games. You know, I start like maybe it's that old MMO mentality where you just start working towards a thing and make it part of your road actions, you know. Okay, sure. It's telling me I should cut across this way and fight some more Andraga. Don't give him a chance, Jerry. Don't give him a chance. Do not give them a chance to get that. Rob, don't tease the bots. You know that's gonna come back and bite us when the singularity happens. They're gonna be like, hey, this guy's making fun of the way that we talk. And then we'll be first up against the wall when the robot revolution comes, won't we? Ooh. Oh, that's right. I bought the screw you death talent. Ha 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 ha. Get wrecked, you Starship Troopers extras. Alright. We're gonna be running into a lot of Androg out here, aren't we? But, no, how are things going with you, Rob? I think you're probably the only one watching tonight, so, so I'm gonna talk to you personal. Baby. Why are there so many bugs? Where is the hive, and how can I destroy it? This one's telling me to go up and over the mountains, so... Oh, you ready to ski, Jerry? There we go. Over the hill and far away. Poi.jigata. Is that alright? Doing a caricature right now. The commission comes later. Oh, awesome. What caricature are you working on? For those that are either watching at home or more likely watching in the far-flung future, my buddy Rob is a phenomenal artist, and you should check out his stuff at robkingillustration.com. You should commission him to make beautiful art to spice up your place of residence or relaxation. Like, truly, a benefit that no one might tell you about having artist friends is getting random texts of, like, caricature practice at odd hours of the night and being like, this is a fun game, this is dope. And what monsters are... Oh, bears! Bears! Ah, bears. Rachel McAdams. Oh yeah, dimples for days. That'd be a tough one. Like, how much do you emphasize the dimples, or how much do you emphasize the Rachel McAdams? Like she has this glimmer behind her eyes that if you look closely or carefully enough, you can see the beast within and know that she's just waiting to spring it on somebody. So if I had to draw a caricature of Rachel McAdams, I'd be torn as to which one to emphasize. You know, the dimples for days or the animal inside. Which one will keep me alive longer? Yeah, she's got a Cheshire cat-like smile, right? Like, full of madness is the main core of that. What's up, messenger? What's your message? Newcomer. Nah, baby. I'm an old comer. Yeah, she has a Cheshire cat-like smile, and a deep and abiding, terrifying hunger that that defies mortal comprehension. Like, we must guard the gates. She must not be allowed to destroy this world, as she has destroyed so many others. Rachel McAdams, you eldritch horror. Speaking of fun games, another thing that you can do is apply that same line of logic to every celebrity in the world. Like, just assume that they are Lovecraftian nightmare monsters are not to be trusted. Don't look directly at them. Don't read about them, lest you call their dark attention towards you. Don't retweet them, you know. You can treat any celebrity as an inscrutable monster. And you know, you have my permission. I'll allow it. If anybody tells you, hey, don't do that, I like that person, say they're not a person, and send them my way. If enough of you do it eventually, then you can start treating me, the most minor of celebrities, like an inscrutable eldritch horror. And that's really my goal the entire time. I agree, Baz Keapoka. Voon.rent. After a decade of studying the theater, I can, with great authority, confirm that yes, Rent is Voon. Buckle up, boys. We're feeling slightly spicy tonight. Nope. Let's keep our swords. Let's just put our swords away for now, Jerry. Alright. Two roads diverged in the woods. I took the one that the dots showed, and that has made all the difference. It's time to use our senses.
Might want to look around some.
Ho ho ho. How are we gonna pay? Last Voon rent. We light candles. Man. I believe, and this is of course my my personal opinion. I believe that there is a point you can track like an individual's level of maturity, right? Ah, crumbs. There's a whole bunch of stuff on our way. All right. Oh, we're gonna have to go to the lighthouse and sail. Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna hit these little spots on our way over there. I think there comes a point where like we're gonna okay, Rob, buckle up. Because I think it's just you and the robots. Oh no! So this is gonna get a little bit esoteric here. But like you said earlier, this is what you're here for. So I don't think of myself as like any older than I did when I was like 17, right? At 17, I had back surgery, and that removed a level of, like a level of physical independence. Like now you're dealing with managing long-term chronic pain and everything associated with that. Ooh, a monster den. So like as a result, I have felt old since my teens. I have never actually, like, I do not remember a time when I felt young. A ghost? He's a tough ghost, too, so let's oil up and do this. Spectre oil. Yeah. I'm at 56. Let's go on ahead and repair my shields. Go on ahead and bring that to 96. Yeah. Sure. Let's get our armor up while we're at. None of your equipment needs repairing. Excellent. We get our consumables, we get our things. Alright, come on. Yeah, I mean, like emotionally, we're either stuck in our adolescences or in our young adulthoods, and especially people from our generation have to contend with the fact that we had a trauma, right? Like the trauma of September 11th is something that is, I believe, long-lasting enough and powerful enough that it influenced an entire nation, especially a group of people my age that were at that level developmentally at the time, right? So in a lot of ways, I think that we are going to be dealing with the emotional, mental, and political trauma of September 11th for the rest of our lives. And I don't think that's something that needs to be avoided or can necessarily be fixed, so much as I think that it's something that needs to be managed, much like long-term pain or disability. We have to accept that that's the way that things are. We can't go back. It is comforting for us to think of, we'll go back to some pre-lapsarian time, back when the world made sense, and it never did. In that moment, it was just revealed to us how little sense it made, and it's very jarring. I swear to God this is going somewhere, so hang with me. I just also got to focus on killing this ghost. No, I'm not going to throw down my blade. I'm just going to throw down Wild Hunt Warrior's sword. It's the same damage. It gives me a critical hit bonus. That's not bad. It's not bad. Not great. It's not bad. Alright. Torch. Where was I? Oh yeah. So 9/11 screwed up an entire generation, right? Like we're gonna be contending with that. Shortly thereafter, it was used by varied money and interests to drag the world into an extended conflict that further cemented all of that psychological scarring. Yeah, the 80s seemed like an innocent age because you yourself were at an innocent age, but there was never a time that things weren't total doo-doo. It's crap, right? Like and you'll notice that people are like, oh, I miss the good old days, and especially among age groups like our, like my parents who are baby boomers, there's this notion of, well, like I remember when things were simple back in the 50s. Yeah, you remember when you were a child and didn't have an understanding of how complex and interlinked and terrible everything was. And once you have that knowledge, of course, you want to go back to it. And you want to go back to a time when you weren't gripped with a deep sense of existential terror. That's what everybody wants, is to not be afraid all the time. Of course, that's your response. It'd be madness to not want that. But that's not the way things are, and that's not and that's not the way that things work. Now, if somebody in your life, like the next time that you're at, at a family dinner and your uncle says, "Oh, well, things were better back in the 50s," ask him if he's remembering the actual 50s or if he's remembering old episodes of Happy Days. And then watch what happens. You want to start a fight over what do we have coming up next holiday-wise? Valentine's Day? Do you have Valentine's Day with your uncles? That's weird. Don't do that. But the next time that you're talking with a friend that says, "Ah, yeah, I miss the good old days," point out that in the 50s, man, black people weren't having a real good time. And they ain't longing for those good old days. Aaron Deers, how are you? Thank you for not being a robot. Damn,
you're ugly.
Ooh, another one. Oh no, are there two of them? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, Jerry may be in trouble. Ooh. Yeah, 4th of July is a good family holiday, right? So do it during your next 4th of July when your uncle says, "Oh, I miss the good old days." Be like, "Well, you could vote then, right? Like you had civil rights, you didn't have to worry about that." Was that before or after the FBI sent a letter to Martin Luther King telling him to kill himself? Right? Like things have always sucked. And like I was saying earlier, it's not. I think that one of the biggest cultural problems that we run into is that we as people are really, really bad at conceptualizing some good resistant to damage. There's some real good resistance. Oh, dang. I'm gonna equip that. Now, I am, shall we say, flossing. Let me see. I need to gem this real fast. But I think that we're really, really bad as people. Like culturally, we're really terrible at taking ideas that are uncomfortable to us and like synthesizing them. Right? Like I can't perform that action during combat. Can I get away? No, I cannot get away. Whoa, easy, pal, easy. Let's go ahead and put that down. Oh, I forgot to oil. So like you can notice this if someone says like, hey, you know, that thing that you said is you know, or like this idea that you have is racist and here's the reason why. And our initial response is to immediately go, I'm not racist, I know these black people. You know, I had a hard life too, that can't be racist. The notion is not that, like, you are personally responsible for racism in the world. The notion is that you've benefited from something that is terrible, and if you understand how terrible it is, you can fix it, regardless of whether you've benefited from it or not. But that the terrible thing can be stopped. It is an innately hopeful position, because it focuses on the future instead of the past. We immediately feel the need to defend our past, right? We feel the need, if somebody says, hey, this thing is racist, we go, nah, I benefited from it, and I'm not a racist, therefore. And we do the same thing with everything that makes us uncomfortable, right? As cultures change, we either have the opportunity to keep up with them, or to have them out-evolve us, and to just make us nostalgic for things that were never truly the case, right? When we are given new positions that are challenging to our sense of self, we try our best to rationalize rejecting them. Ooh. These ghosts are tough, man. I should remember that I can block. No, I can't block. Oh, no. Oh, no. 1 second. I swear I'll get to solving all of society's ills in just a little while longer. One ghost down. Ah, get wrecked. Get wrecked. All right, there we go. I think that, especially as Americans, but like Western society in general, right? We are trained that the best way to defend our sense of self and our ego is to constantly play the defensive. So that means that things that make us uncomfortable must be seen as attacks. to justify a defensive response. So if there is something that is pointed out that is like an abject feature of reality, such as, hey, maybe wealth inequality is a bad thing, right? Like maybe we should be more focused around a community mindset and helping out the poor rather than like focusing on money. Certainly not a new idea, and honestly not a particularly revolutionary one, you know? Like, it is the kind of thing that gets people, say for instance, hung on crosses, or otherwise executed by the state, or, you know, they send you a letter telling you to kill yourself, because it threatens muddied interests, and muddied interests don't like to be threatened. But not a new idea. And not one that people haven't had before for thousands of years. So, we have to learn to sit with uncomfortable truths and go, that doesn't make me comfortable. How can I get comfortable? Right? Like, what would I have to do? What kind of world would I have to live in, where that's not true anymore? Where that uncomfortable truth, that thing that, yeah, I treat any uninvited criticism as a personal attack, regardless of intent. Man, I treat everything as a personal attack, regardless of intent. Criticism, compliments, acknowledgments of my existence, like, oh, hey, I'm sorry I didn't see you there? Screw you. So you're saying you see me now? Oh. Platforming. Come on. There we go. Let's try this one more time. But no, I think that we need to stop viewing those things as like personal attacks, right? Our response to, hey, this aspect of capitalism is racist, should not be, no, it isn't. Capitalism is good, actually. It should be, wow, that is racist. How do we make something that's not racist? Right? And that, it's not, it doesn't just apply to racism, it applies to any ism, right? Is it sexist? Is it discriminatory? Is it ableist? Does it, you know, does it injure somebody? And when the person that is injured by this action or system tells you that it injures them, listen to what they have to say. The flip side to this, and before anybody's like, "Oh, John, you know, you're falling to the woke culture lies." Yes, I absolutely am, 100%. Yeah, nice beard. Why? Because it covers my ugly mug. Because of my weak chin. Is that what you're saying? Nice beard. Oh, you're making fun of my heterochromia? Racist. Oh man, like collectively, we all need to ease up. We constantly feel like we're under attack, and we're not under attack. We're just depressed. Is this a wall thing? And I mean, very clearly, it's a wall thing. Is it the kind of wall thing that I can magic lantern my way out of? Oh, I should. Hang on a sec here. Greater glyph of Axie, right? I like Axie. I like that. Greater glyph of Ard. Ard's pretty good. I really want a greater glyph of Igni. Not that lesser glyph. Crap. Let's put one of those in there. Let's put one of those in there. Right? Is that Earden? Earden's a little bit less useful. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. Let's give ourselves a Quengill. We'll do Earden. Man, I did rely on Earden pretty well in this last. Where do you fall on racism as a form of parody, like Venture Brothers or Family Guy? So I mean, this is the tricky thing about forms of parody, right? It is hard to parody issues and topics from a place of like power, right? Like it's not to say that there cannot be funny, you know, jokes or situations that deal with those issues. It just means that like you have to have an understanding of the absurdity of the position that makes it funny. Right? Thank you, Cohen McFarland. I agree. VAR, FYI. Robots. I think that you have to be able to grasp why racism is so blisteringly like nonsensical, right? Like why any of it, you know, racism, sexism, like why on earth would you look at any of the brilliant women in your life and think, you know, like, they're not as good as men? Have you met men? Like, guys, a lot of us are incredibly stupid. You have to look at you have to determine people on an individual basis, not on a I apparently have to fight these guys. Let's throw down an Earden and oil up our blade again. You have to look at people as like you can't just look at them in broad enough terms to be like, well, there's a judgment call on all of them. That's nonsense, right? You wouldn't be like, oh, well, you know, well, hello, sir. Just hang on. We have a visitor. Come on, buddy. Okay, there's a cat. It is you can't just say like, oh, well, this, you know, I had chicken once, therefore all chicken tastes like this, right? There's difference in how the chicken is prepared. Chicken Parmesan is not going to taste like chicken Alfredo, right? It's not going to taste like roast chicken. If you go to a Wingstop, it's all the same fried chicken. It's even the same cut of chicken, but it tastes different depending on what you put on it. Buffalo sauce and garlic Parmesan are two very different things. People are infinitely more complex than your order at Wingstop. And when one of them tells you, hey, that touches upon an issue that causes trouble in the community, right? Our goal as, and I'm speaking primarily, I assume, to like a white cisgendered heterosexual audience, because that's who I am, and like tends to attract like, and also you're on the internet. Our goal as people in a position of relative power is to not punch down, right? So are racial jokes funny? Possibly, sure, absolutely. Blazing Saddles is incredible, right? And you hear a lot these days like, oh, well, they couldn't make Blazing Saddles these days. You're right, they wouldn't. They've already made it, and it was genius. And it was made by Oh, hang on, I have a cat that's caught in my robe. Give me 1 second. Let me let him out real quick. He's gonna be a pain. All right, so Blazing Saddles, script by two of the greatest comedic minds of the modern era, Mel Brooks and I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of one of the Richard Pryor, right? Now, Richard Pryor was supposed to play Clavon Burton's part, but couldn't because of a problem with drugs at the time. And these guys are writing this in the 70s. Okay, you're good timing. These guys are writing this in the 70s. Keep in mind that this is in the same time frame as the civil rights movement. Right? These were current issues. Now Mel Brooks has made an entire career post his military service of taunting Nazis and taunting fascists and taunting people that benefit from oppression and positions of inequality, because he is a part of a group that experienced tremendous pain and suffering at the hands of such systems. Right? So why are their jokes funny? Because they get it. So should you listen to some white guy tell racist jokes? Well, that depends. Are they funny because racism is absurd, or is he making the jokes because he's attempting to test float your positions, right? And that's something that has a lot to do with, things like delivery. Is the person actually funny? Are they skilled at telling a joke? And telling jokes is a skill that you can practice like any other. What has influenced their sense of humor? So like where do I fall on the topic of like racist jokes? Some of them can be hilarious if they're told for the right reasons. But the right reason always needs to be mocking those in power and not mocking those who are suffering, especially on things that is suffering for something that is not a choice. Oop, well, I just used the last of my swallow accidentally, so if you know what I mean. I guess that means we're switching to White Rafford's decoction. If a joke is made at the expense of somebody, for being, of a particular ethnicity or sexuality or gender expression, generally speaking, that is not something that they determined, and it's not something that they want to have any particular, like, that's just who they are. That's just traits that they were born with. Don't make fun of those. That's a dick move. Like, hey, maybe don't do that. If you see somebody else making fun of it, then you need to point out the absurdity of the person making fun of it. And ironically, it's not really that tough. Like, would-be comedians tend to have an incredibly thin skin because they're comedians. And all comedians are functionally deeply insecure people. You just got to be wittier than them, right? Yeah, and I think that's great. If somebody refuses to laugh at jokes at the expense of others, good on them. I don't think that I could pull that off. My sense of humor is dark and twisted. But I attempt to, like, before I really crack up, I try to think about why it's funny. And I try to think about if the joke is harming anyone. But like, you're gonna take taunting Elon Musk out of my cold dead hands. Fuck that guy. Like, what a tool that dude is. But he's somebody who's benefited from insane amounts of privilege, continues to do so, and is upholding a system that is ultimately harmful. I feel no remorse for him. He hasn't suffered enough for me to give him pity. That's a good target for a joke. Always punch up with humor. I try not to laugh at jokes that punch down, right? I try not to laugh at jokes that use important parts of people's identity, or more importantly, of like a group or community as a whole, right? I try not to laugh at jokes that take that as a parody, right? But also, like, modern internet humor, and we're all online all the time because we don't, we don't live in a... I mean, if you're watching this, you're online. Smart rich people don't count either. Right, like, you can't... There were articles not too long ago where, like, billionaires were going like, hey, things are hard on us too, and we need to be a protected class. If you're a billionaire, right? If you're a millionaire, if you own 3 houses, right? And you're saying, I need some protection in a world where people in your country, and more than likely in your state or in your city, are starving or homeless, fuck you from the very bottom of my balls. You are not in need of protection. You are not in need of assistance. You should be the one that is assisting. Right? You have the resources, you have the capabilities, why aren't you helping? To say like, oh, it's the rest of the world that's defective and I'm the one that has it right is unconscionably arrogant. And personally speaking, I would like to see you dragged out into the streets and pilloried. But that's just me. You know? I don't think I'll be able to get up this way. Mate. I was wrong. What is this? Yeah, where else are you going to go on vacation, if not to house number 3? Yeah, well, you might have to spend some extra time at house number 2 then, won't you? You know? By the way, rent out, like, don't rent out that house, give it to somebody who needs it. I agree. I can't read Cyrillic. Vom.red. Gonna feed the algorithm and the robots tonight, my boys. Yeah, don't, Now, you have to determine that, what's funny in your life, and it's very, very difficult to recontextualize things like senses of humor. Like, we're gonna save, and then we're gonna try and ski down this slope. Move, foot. The past, yes, okay, okay. Go, Jerry! Ooh. Alright. Update, I still don't know where any of this crap is. There's gotta be some kind of, like, weird tunnel system that I'm missing. Are you a tunnel system? Are you a tunnel system? No. No, you're just rocky crags. Okay. Alright, screw it. I didn't want your unexplored riches anyway. Where do we go from here? Did I just get myself stuck in a snow valley? Anyway. So like we don't, you know, the thing is, like, if you think that something is funny, go on ahead and think it's funny. And share it with your friends. And if one of your friends says, hey, I think that's kind of offensive, don't go, no it isn't, it's funny. Learn to take a joke. Go, tell me why you think it's offensive. And then, like, try to legitimately, with, you know, with like a full... with the full good faith, right? And only you can know whether or not you're applying good faith in this or not. Try to hear what they have to say. So if you make a joke and a friend of yours says, hey, that's kind of homophobic and I don't appreciate it, you know, like, I don't think that's funny, I think that's harmful. Don't go, oh, lighten up, it's a joke. Ask them, please explain to me why that is offensive. And try not to be defensive about it. That's the hardest part. Try not to be like, no, that joke was funny. I found it funny. I'm not offensive. Just listen to your friend. Listen to something. What is going on here? Jerry. I don't think I'm going to survive this. Nope. Alright. This is the problem with open worlds. Let's load the most recent save. But if somebody says, you know, hey, I was offended by that, you know, I think that joke is transphobic. You know, you may absolutely lose your mind at how hilarious the big reveal in the Ace Ventura movie is. You know, the whole Finkelhorn is, you know, or Finkelstein is Eisenhorn, or whatever the joke was. The man, he got a wiener. Funny, funny. Oh, I kissed somebody with a dick. Gross. That may be the height of comedy to you. And if one of your friends finds that offensive and says, hey, that's harmful to me as a community, right? Like, that's harmful to me and the people that experience problems with that. That dehumanizes us. That is a media portrayal that villainizes us and puts our lives in danger. Don't go, it's Jim Carrey, it's funny, he got a stretchy face. Listen to your friends. Be compassionate, right? Examine, is it really that funny, or was it just something that you had to deal with at the time? Think about the stuff in your life, man. Like, we're still in the midst of a global pandemic. We've got all of the time in the world. Use your time. Think about things. Read a book. Read some philosophy. Read jokes. You know, like, there's any number of amazing articles and theories and lectures and... I found a natural half pipe. I'm just going to skate here for a bit. There's plenty of people that have dissected the way that humor works. Listen to their thoughts and try to see if you can get where they're coming from. It's like the nose of the world. You'll be better for it, and you'll have a better understanding of what is funny, what you find funny, and why. On a side note, this will also lead to you will be able to find and identify more and more media that plays to your sense of humor once you have like fully examined it. Nope, I'm dead again. Maybe I'll hit the water. Did I hit terminal velocity? Aha! We lived, bitches. let's check the world map. Where are we? Cool. Cool. All right. Let's see if we can get through to South Channel or if that's blocked. That's pretty blocked off, and maybe visibility's garbage. But like the moment that you pin down like this is the kind of thing that I find funny, you will find so much stuff that is right up your alley. Right? Like you will find so much media where you're like, oh, if you like this, you'll find this funny, and you will. And it's stuff that you probably wouldn't have discovered otherwise. You know? I really like superhero shows, and I really like superhero shows that have a sense of humor that match mine. I can't recommend like Doom Patrol highly enough, because that is exactly my kind of jam. Right? Like that absurdist level of bonkers, off-the-wall, imaginative humor. That's what I love to see. And this show provides me with a lot of it. If you had given me the premise to Suicide Squad, I would have said, "Oh no, thank you. I've already read Grant Morrison's stuff. I don't want it." He can be a bit much, but the way that they treat that same subject material, fantastically done. The performance matters in a context. You can do that with anything. Literature, music, you know, once you define the kind of taste that you like, once you know that you really love, like, you know, like sick, tasty guitar solos, you can go find yourself some music that's composed of nothing but sick, tasty guitar solos. It's out there. People make it. They're big fans of it, just like you, and they want you to find it. So go out and find it. But yeah, your laughter should never make somebody who has less power than you feel bad, right? Like that's my rule of humor. It feels a lot better to laugh with people than it does to laugh at people. But if there's somebody in power who's being real whiny about it because they're having a rough time, laugh at that person. Laugh at their face. Shame them in public. Right? Make them regret going outside. Do not let them have peace at restaurants. I mean, like, if somebody says, I'm a billionaire and life is really hard for me, that person deserves to be mocked until they lose all sense of self. At least that's what I think. Now, granted, granted, I'm a guy in a bathrobe playing The Witcher, right? Like, if you need somebody to say this kind of thing with like some sort of authority behind his voice, I hold none and claim none. So, like, I don't know. Maybe Jordan Peterson wrote about this in one of his books where he's like, lobsters find things funny, and you can go listen to his Kermit the Frog ass explain it to you. But this is how I do things. This is how I live my life. And so far, it seems to work pretty well. Let's take a look at where we... Place where you can find a boat. Well, that is useful. There's a lot of these little tiny things. What time is it? 9:43. I did this start at this 8:30. I'm gonna hit this scavenger hunt. We're gonna save all of these until Tom can give me guidance, because there's a lot of them, aren't there? An echidna? Ma'am. Ma'am, get off my boat. Ma'am. Right. Like, there's a camera operator following Jerry Two Swords around just being like, dude, I need you to slow down. It's a cool effect, but yeah. Maybe if I tilt it up. Nope. Nope. We got some... That only makes the spray worse. Now we got a crosswind. Goes. I don't think this this echidna's doing any damage to me, so I'm just gonna, like... I'm just gonna ride with her to my next destination. But no, you know, it's... Life is too fragile for us to spend it just being complete and total dicks to each other, right? Like, how much more amazing would it be if we made a concerted effort to make the world a better and more magical place? Like, how amazing would this world be if instead of trying to temper idealism, we embraced it and encouraged it in others? What if we actually put a... what if we put the same amount of effort that we put in getting defensive when we feel attacked to, like, actually solving the world problems? You know? It'd be incredible. The pay would suck. Like, there would be a group of people who are very upset because they profit off of this kind of thing, but those people deserve to be roundly mocked and berated in public, right? People that argue that businesses shouldn't pay taxes should never be allowed another moment of peace. Not in this society. Like, people that argue that that if you don't that if you're not a particular race or religion, then you're not worthy of human respect. Those people are idiots. Why would you do anything except just viciously taunt them? Why? Why would you do that? Right? Why would you let such a person go unberated? The power is in your hands, my friends. You know, it's like I said in the chat. Just keep swimming. It's your ocean. Yeah, it's your society too. Why should those bastards get a moment's rest? Just don't let them. Anyway, that's my acerbic and absolutely irrational series of thoughts about that. You know, bullying is good, actually, if you're bullying someone in power. You know? How mean does your humor have to be? Well, if it's not mean enough to help in a struggle to end racism and inequality, get meaner. Just make sure that you're pissing off the right people. That's what I say. And now I gotta find like an opening or something, which is also what she said. You know. But that's just my thoughts on things. I'm a 40-year-old communist existentialist living in Texas, like, you know, what do I know? I'm not a philosopher and economist. I think very little of those people. Well, I found Ker Alamut. And it looks like it's full of pirates that will die with 2 hits. Tit for tat. Oh, wait. That was the wrong one. Alright. Got you in the back. Haha. Ow! Jerk. I need to run back by that meadery and just pick up a ton of honeycomb. I might do that after the stream. Oh, it's a lovely day for killing pirates. Yeah, I mean, I know that was a really long rant, Rob. Hopefully it did answer at least partially the question that you asked. Unfortunately, I don't remember what it is. Because also it's a Monday and the weather's been messing with me, so I'm on a decent amount of drugs right now. There we go, pirate. Down you go. I got myself a chicken sandwich. Okay. Let's find our steel sword upgrade.
You'll never learn.
Ignita. I'm the Butcher of Blaviken. We tried to stop him, sir. There was only one of him, but he'd just very clearly eaten some dried fruits and nuts. I had to clear a foot of snow? I mean, for context, for you, like, a foot of snow is not, like as unexpected, right? Like, it's never good to clear that much snow off of anything, but, like, y'all live in a, you know, in a region of the world where that happens at least with some regularity. And we got a foot of snow down here in Texas, and it like to have like literally killed many of us. We get the foot of snow in San Antonio was the latest winter storm that killed 400 people. I can't imagine clearing a foot of snow off of everything. You know, by the time that we get a foot of snow, we're already screwed. Like, it has already gone too far. What are these dorks? Yikes. Yeah, that's a problem that we should fix. I'm a fool. Oh, the most recent save. I've been playing too much Borderlands 3. I forget that fall damage is a thing. Yeah, schools don't close unless the wind chill gets down to minus 25 degrees. Minus 25? Not suitable for human life, then. Good Lord. Minus 25 degrees. I I don't think I can fathom being that cold. I certainly think it's never happened to me personally. Good Lord. No. Okay, let's try this again. You go there. Oh, I gotta go remove something. Okay. Next time we stop at a blacksmith's then. A dumpling. But you know, that's my opinion. And I'm just some guy, you know. You gotta live your life. I highly recommend living it in a way that helps people. Yeah, being that cold kind of stings your skin, feels more like a minty sunburn. That's the frostbite setting in, my guy. You need to get out of there. Like nothing more exhilarating than the brisk presence of hypothermia. Hey. Between these two men, they had like a full outfit and an axe. Between them. Alright, hello. I would like into the structure, please. Inventory, oils. Hanged Man's Venom. Where's Hanged Man's? There we are. Steel weapon upgraded. Chicago. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of us if we're gonna change the world, and we need to clarify how we're gonna change it. We need to get goals. You know, we need to get specifics. What do you want changed about the world? When you say, hey, I should live in a better world, how? Tell me what defines a better world. And instead of thinking about all the ways that that you can't do it and all the things that'll stop you, start making plans and determining how you can change it. Right? That's the very first part. Get inspired. And if somebody says, that's not how the world works, go, well, then that's the first thing I gotta change. You know, what's keeping my world from being cool like that? You know? I'm gonna figure it out. And I highly recommend that y'all do the same. What? Did I say something about my cax? Dude, we just met. Don't talk about my cax. Alright. Anyway. You know, for example, right? The vast majority of things that have stopped what I think are wonderful ideas, in my opinion, about the way that like we as people should interact and the way that society should be run. Most of the time, it's like, well, but that'll be really expensive, right? And anytime you go, no, it won't be. People are like, well, but why would people do it if if they're not getting paid for it, right? Like money is the only thing that motivates. The vast majority of people. And it's the only thing that in a lot of ways... Yeah. Hey, there you go. Oh, this is the leader. Okay, so he's a... Taxi. There we go. You know, a lot of the times it's like, you know, hey, I think that housing should be a thing that, like, literally everybody in the world gets. And they say, well, why would, you know, that'd be so expensive. And it's like, no, we have more houses in America that are abandoned than we have homeless people. Right? You could literally build houses for people and just give it to them. Right? You could be like, hey, here's a house. And if they go, well, I didn't pay for this, go, no, welcome to America. You don't pay for a house here. When you get here, we give you a tiny little house. Enjoy your tiny house. Right? Like, that's a thing that we can do. Oh, there we go.
Sky cells. Nice idea for a prison without bars. Shame he didn't know how to fly.
That's a Game of Thrones reference. Cool. Alright, we's out. Got some dope armor, got some Nostrix. No, baby. Alright. But most of the time when I'm like, hey, I think it'd be a really good idea if, you know, if people didn't starve. Ever. We have enough food for everyone in the world. You know, there is enough money in existence that that the wealthiest people in the world could decide to literally feed and clothe every human being on the planet, right? And you're not. It's not going to be like, you know, like steak tartare for every meal. It'll be steak tartare for occasional meals. They have enough money to steer entire industries towards what they want their goals to be. The problem is that we have prized, as a society, we have infinitely prized selfishness over helpfulness, right? So there's no impetus for people to be helpful unless it provides them with a benefit. And I tell you, in my own prophetic / imaginary way, in my own idealist, you know, super simplistic, not an economist or philosopher perspective, right? All of those qualifiers. I'll tell you that, oh, I'm such a fool. I will tell you that if for I would say, and again, of course, this is all purely anecdotal. I would say that for about 95% of the people in my life, right? Of people that I regularly interact with, people that I know, people that I care for, all of that stuff. Okay? 95%. If those people didn't have to worry about starving, right? They didn't have to worry about where they were going to live. They would create things instead. Because that's what we do when we're bored. We humans, we create things. We paint. We write poems. We tell stories. We make media. We amuse each other. Right? And if you didn't have to worry about where your next meal was going to come from, if you were food secure, if you knew that when it started raining that you had a place to go and stay dry and warm, if you weren't concerned that you were going to freeze to death, you'd make stuff too. Right? And yeah, Rob creates chaos and art. Boy, howdy does he. And keep in mind that this is not to be like, by the way, you shouldn't get paid for what you do. We exist in a capitalist system, and, you know, like, currently, I can promise you no amount of wishing will end that. Only action will end that. So until we are able to organize and enact those actions, You know, we have to have something to aim towards. Start getting positive ideals. Start figuring out what's important to you and how to make the world a better, brighter, more joyful place. And then start doing that. Start doing that thing that you thought. Get on it. Alright, let's do this again without killing ourselves this time. But look, man, like, everybody should be an artist. Why? Because some people are going to suck at painting. Some people are going to suck at painting. Right? And you know what those people are going to do? They're going to make art that they like instead. They're going to be carpenters. There's going to be... My dad... my dad can't string a sentence together because he is dyslexic. But man, that guy can build furniture. And his first pieces of furniture, ooh, they were rough. They were gigantic and huge and heavy and solid, and they will last me the rest of my life. And if I want to move, I got to contend with the fact that I have to move an 800-pound solid wood TV set that must have lead plates installed in the bottom because it doesn't slide on any kind of flooring. Does that mean that it's a bad entertainment set? No. It means that no one's going to steal my TV. They can't lift it. It's great. Right? The stuff that he's making now, even better. He didn't become good at art because he has a natural feeling for the wood. He became good at art because he did it a lot and he practiced. Currently, we have an entire world full of people that do not have the time to practice art. They don't have the time to practice creating things. I make stuff out of leather, right? And I'm pretty good at it. Given more time, I get even better at it as I'm able to really take my time and focus on it. At the time when I was learning to do this, was financially stable enough to afford that luxury, right? And I wish that that weren't a consideration. I want to live in a society without money so that everybody can create the kind of art that they want to make. That's my dream. And is it realistic? No. No, it's not. There's too much power bound up in the concept of money, and there is a group of people that will exert that power in order to defend it by killing you. They will kill you. Every time. Money is more important to a capitalist than your life. And don't you forget it. I want to change that. And I want to... If I cannot create a world where that is the case, where when somebody says, you know, when somebody tells their parents, you know, Mom, Dad, I want to go to art school, their parents go, art school? Art school? That's incredible. What kind of art are you going to do? Are you going to become a sculptor? Are you going to do pottery? I've seen some wild pottery. Right? A portion of my boat seems to be missing. I want people to be able to do that. Right? I want people to be able to do that without having to go, well, but first I have to, you know, first I have to work at a job that that exhausts me 5 days a week in order to afford a house and a place to eat. Do I have any money left over for paints or canvas or clay or miniature figures or, you know, or Warhammer or tinfoil or honing oil or steel blanks, right? I want to create a world where it is encouraged, hey, you want to create a thing? Go make it. Because I don't know if the next great, you know, I don't know if the next Basquiat is going to feel like painting after his shift at the Burger King. He's probably going to be way too tired. You know? If the next Frida Kahlo finishes her shift at the Target, does she have the time and mental energy to go and paint? Right? Does she have the space to do it? Or is that something else that we have taken from them, from the artists? Is that another thing that we have said, oh, a place to eat, you know, or food to eat and a place to stay? Huh. Better pay up, Rembrandt. Why aren't we encouraging a society that prizes creation? Anyway, that's where I'm going. I think I'm going to get this last little bear scavenger hunt, and then I'm going to call it a night so that I can go sit and ruminate on the 2 hours of philosophical claptrap that I've been spraying you poor bastards with. Besides, my boat's about to sink. Look at this doozy of a shipwrecked island. Bonjour?
Might want to look around some.
I do want to look around some. I want to look in this little cave down here. Oh, sneaky cave. A ladle. There we go. Now we got our earth sign trousers. Alright, how we feeling? Feeling hard? Feeling hard. How we feeling? Feeling hard? Feeling hard. What's going on this neck of the woods, guys? Yep. We're going to make a point to save real quick. We're going to explore the rest of this island and go think about what we're going to create next. I've been working on these Marvel Crisis Protocol minis. Yeah, blown away, glass blowers in an elimination show format. The craft is expensive in time and money, and I have seen, like, some of the judges there. Tools. Right. Now here's the biggest tragedy, in my opinion, about the current, like, artistic community. Is that there is a lower barrier of entry for wealthy, eccentric people. Like, they can go take art classes whenever they want. They can afford to. They don't have to have responsibilities. And I think that that's tragic. I think that art should be universal. I want to see your art. Hey, are you watching this in the future? Because, again, there's like maybe 2 of you watching right now. Are you watching this in the future? Find me on Twitter at @literatyjohn, or email me at fullerjj@gmail.com, or hit at me at the comments, whatever. Show me your art. Yeah, art's expensive. Art is expensive. I want a world where it's not. I want a world where nothing is expensive because we don't rely on money. We rely on people. And I want a world, here we go. This is the last thing that I'll say, and I'll bring it back in a way that is hopefully not only cogent and like makes sense, but is also endearing to the audience in particular. Okay. And in order to do that, let me check my time. It is 1:46. Yeah, I've got the time to do this. I'm going to tell you guys a little story, right? I once had a very dear friend, right? And this friend was one of the most blisteringly talented people that I knew. And because, of course, you know, life occurs this way, we had to spend some time apart. You know, we moved to different towns. We did different things, yada yada yada. About 5 to 7 years away from each other. You know, always loved them, always treasured them, always had their opinions, and it was wonderful when we were able to reconnect. And the process of reconnecting is always a tricky one, because you have to make a lot of determinations as to, you know, what you guys have experienced in the past, and whether or not you're the same people and have the same ideals. So this friend came to visit one time. They let me know that they were in town, and asked if they could come and crash. And I said, yeah, but for a price. I want you to do me a painting. And Rob, that painting that you made still hangs up in my house. And every time I look at it, I go, God, that's beautiful. And you whipped out that painting. I'm sure you remember it, because I know you. You whipped out that painting in, like, a couple of hours. It's that beautiful painting of the woman looking up, and the hands around her head like a halo. It is angelic and gorgeous. It's art that enriches my life every time I look at it. And it continually remains magical to me that a friend that I relied on blessed my life, right? That they gave me such an incredible gift. And that's a better payment than money ever could have been. Was just a moment of your expertise and talent. It was so much cooler than money. And I want a world where that matters to people. I want a world where money is the most boring, pedestrian thing that you could ever hope for. And not something that you need to survive. So, it is there on the rocky hills of Skellige that we're going to select our... Let's see, Wolfsgear, Bear School, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna find the rest of our Bear School gear. We're gonna check our world map, see where we are. Oh god, this will take forever to get through. Alright, so I'm gonna go on ahead and try to get to the Martin Coast next time. We're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna eat a taco and think about art some more. But guys, thanks for hanging out. Especially Rob, thank you. I love you, man. I'm glad that you are getting back into art, and I'm glad that you're as fantastic at it as you are, and I love watching your art increase and grow. Eventually I'll figure out like the technological limitations, and I'll start showing you these little dudes that I've been painting, you know? We're working on things like teeny tiny Luke Cage. And lighting is a huge issue, but we'll figure it out. Have a wonderful night. Don't forget, money's the least important thing in your life. Be good to people, and see you next time. Be good out there, everybody. Go out and create some art.